And then at the Oh yeah, don't forget, this is being recorded. So if you want to go back and watch it, you can watch it on our YouTube channel, on the Facebook page. If you are not a fan, I was going to say a fan. No, it's, what is that, Brooke, when they're in the Facebook group?
A groupie?
Follower?
Follower? Yeah.
If you're not a
I like
follower in
groupie.
our Facebook group, please go be a groupie with
Yes.
us in our New England Growth Call Facebook. So we're going to put this recording in there along with the content, and it's also going to be on our YouTube channel, right, Cassie? She's laughing at us already. It's
all the above.
Call. 1 minute. All right, here we go. So we're going to dive right into welcoming our guest onto our call. I'm super excited to have Julie Chin as our guest today. You're not going to believe what Julie has formed in so many little years. Julie got into the business in 2018. I know, Julie, a little bit about you. I'm going to let you introduce yourself. I know that you have 3 lovely children, that you have a team called the Star Luxe Group, and we want to hear so much more about how you're able to really get your business to where it is so quickly. So Julie, if you wouldn't mind coming on really quickly and telling us a little bit about yourself, why you got into real estate from, I believe you were a stay-at-home mom for many years, and you could correct me if I'm wrong on that. And you dove right in and you just created this amazing business. Can you tell us a little bit how that happened?
Well, it's interesting because my perspective is quite different. The name of my team is Rockstar Luxe. I actually launched my brand January 2020. I did join Keller Williams in May of 18, but I did not jump right in. I was actually very overwhelmed by the responsibility to have someone trust me with the legal documents and the largest purchase of their life. So I did not jump in, but what I did do is I jumped into the massive amount of training that is such a massive blessing to all of us as agents as part of Keller Williams. So I spent 5 months. I went from office to office in New Hampshire that May through August, getting every class I could at the time. And I didn't care about how far it was. I just went. And then I started interviewing agents to see what worked for them, what didn't work for them. And by the end of August that year, I felt more confident to allow someone to trust me with their home. So that's kind of how I started. So from August to December that year, I had 5 closings, and then that was like, I don't know, maybe a little over $1 million, I think, or so. And then 2019, I think it was like 18 and a half deals that year for 3.3 million. I had originally started myself calling myself White Mountain Living, and realized very quickly that I was limiting myself because I like to drive. I since got my Maine license, so I was also working over in the state of Maine. So I met up with a wonderful marketing gal, April, and we worked together for months and then launched Rockstar Luxe, the brand, January 2020. I then started a team a bit ahead of schedule for myself, and November of 2020, and right now have 5 team members.
So tell us a little bit about how you got your 5 team members, and what does your production look like today?
I ended 2020 just under $12 million. So I went recapping. First 5 months, I did about 1.1 million, 1.2, I'm not sure. My first full year was about 3.3. Second year, just under 12 million. This year, I'm way behind that. Not for lack of trying. I can tell you I've probably written over 50 offers. struggling, struggling like I know a lot of people are, but it's about that mindset and staying positive and just taking advantage of every opportunity and doing our best to represent our clients on either end. As far as how I got my team members, how to team lead, I really love and respect, and she knows what's important to me, and she would mention people, I really think you might want to talk to so and so. So that's really how it's come about so far.
Awesome. I love that. So I just want to kind of recap, because you said the first 5 months you got in your car and you drove to office to office to office to take education, right?
Absolutely.
What do you attribute a lot of your learning from? Was it one in particular course, or was it all of them combined that you were able to really get that aha moment to go from dabbling to full on team and where you are today?
It's everything. I took such a wide variety of classes because that's what is available to us in our market center. The agents that volunteer their time and share their knowledge and their experiences is truly priceless. I believe that is just an aspect of Keller Williams in general. So obviously we all chose Keller Williams in our market centers, but I'm profoundly grateful for everything that they offer. Being a stay-at-home mom, not having the background of being out in the work environment, I was seriously behind the 8 ball in every respect and doubted myself. And if it wasn't for the incredibly supportive market center that I'm a part of, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And I still feel like I'm at the beginning.
That's amazing, because you know what, I feel the same way. I got into Keller Williams in 2012, and it's not even just market center, it's everyone in the Keller Williams ecosystem will absolutely pour into you at whatever level you're at, whether you are a brand new agent, whether you're an admin on a staff, whether you are a team leader, OP, whatever it is in Keller Williams ecosystem, you have so much support here, and I love that you mentioned that. So thank you. And so if you were to give advice to our 70 people who are on this call with us right now, Julie, do you have like one piece of advice that really helped you or you could share with everybody?
I think the biggest thing is educating yourself to give yourself confidence. Self-doubt's always going to be in there. I'm just starting year 3. I find it a roller coaster, and you need to allow those moments that are tinged with negativity, discouragement, self-doubt, that type of thing, really need to truly allow them to only be a moment, and then put yourself right back into it. If there's areas that you're less comfortable in, reach out. I really believe everyone can be super successful. It's a choice. We have everything provided to us that we need. So what are we going to do with that?
That's great advice. And I hope people wrote that down. If you are not tapping into the resources that your market center or the region is providing for you guys, well, you're here, so you're already one up on everybody, right? So this is one of the resources. Later, we're going to be sharing our content that we share every Monday. Julie, are you on our calls with us typically?
Ever since someone made me aware of them a couple of months ago, yes.
Awesome. And so what are your like biggest takeaways from these calls?
Well, I find it's just a collective spirit through, whether it's this or Mega Camp Family Reunion. It's the sense of family, community, support. People are open about everything. We're all competitors, but we're not competitors. It's a really interesting dynamic. And I can't speak to how other brokerages are. I chose Keller Williams Coastal Realty, and I didn't look anywhere else because I just wasn't interested. And
That's
when
amazing.
someone reaches out to me and tries to get me to go somewhere else, I just kind of laugh.
Well, you know what? That's funny because I did not start at Keller Williams, and I have said since then, I wish I had started with Keller Williams earlier in my career, because the trajectory that you go on when you come here, if you dial in and you plug in to the extent that Julie is, and a lot of you on this call, your trajectory is up to you, and as fast you could go, like super fast. I don't know if you guys were on when I was playing the song. I have to give a shout out to my high five winner here, Rich. High five to knowing that movie was Back to the Future. You know what? Back to the Future is such a great movie, and you actually could get a lot of lessons from that. I wish I could go back to the future and start at Keller Williams when I started, because of this book right here, guys. And you know what? This book was in 2004, and I didn't see it in 2012. I'm going to ask you guys in the chat, how many of you, when was the first time that this book came into your world? Put the year in this book. 2019, Brooke? Whoa. All right, 2008. Now
That's when I joined you guys.
You know what? And Julie, please stick on with me for just one more minute, if you
Sure.
don't mind, because I want to put this in here. This book was made or printed in 2004. How many of you, after you write your year, because I'm looking at all these, how many of you have mastered this book? Oh, what? Oh,
I
Gary
think
Keller?
it's an ongoing, it's not a mastery almost, I think. You need to refer to it regularly.
You're so right. And when you talk about like reinvesting yourself into the education, and that's how you were able to really dive in and figure out how to go from brand spanking new. I mean, has everybody on this call been new before to real estate? Raise your hand. Okay, good. It's all of us. Perfect. 100%. All of us have been in the same seat at one time. How does one person go further than another? It's by what Julie said. It's reinvesting your time into the education, learning the systems, the models, and tools. And you guys have the advantage because you're already at Keller Williams and created those, right? So Julie, any parting words for our team here, for our group, or our family that we have formed here on these Monday calls? Any words, like a script, or any best tips for them?
Well, I wish I had a secret sauce here. I don't. For me personally, it's work ethic and drive. I don't have any limits. It's my daily focus. As far as scripts, I so want to tell you one, but I am in the moment as I am now. Nothing's practiced or rehearsed. Have I read them in the past? Absolutely. I've gone through Bold. Everyone should do Bold. That said, I like to be in the moment with my clients, whether buy or sell side, and I wing it. My coach hates when I use that word. He's like, "You are not a winger." And I'm like, "Oh, but I do." He's like, no, everything you do is very strategic. But we all have a different view of ourselves than others have of us. So no magic answer. Just work your butt off and focus and keep a positive attitude.
I love that, Julie. Thank you so much for coming on with us today.
Thank
We
you
really
for having
appreciate
me.
you taking time to tell us a little bit about you and your team and give us little nuggets to take away. So as we transition into our content, I want to say thank you to Julie. Put in the comment section, what was your nugget that you heard from Julie? What was your aha that you're taking away from our quick conversation with Julie this afternoon? Put a couple of ahas in there, and Brooke, I'm going to let you read them off when they jump in. Brooke, why don't you join me on screen, and then we'll have our content that we're going to share with you this week, right, Cassie? Cassie's already laughing at me again.
Ready to go.
All right, here we go. All right, look at that. We have work hard and keep going. Go ahead.
Yep.
I stole that from you, Brooke.
That's all right. Interviewing with different agents in the market centers to see what does or doesn't work for them. I love that. Work your butt off and focus. Only allow a moment of self-doubt, right? It's all about the mindset. Oh, Lisa says Julie and I did a one-on-one and she has no limits. I love that.
So
Come on.
before we jump to the content, we are giving away something today to everybody on this call as well. And talking about what Lisa spoke about. She said, reinvest in yourself and educate, 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 right? Do we have an event that they could educate themselves with coming up anytime soon, Brooke?
I mean, we do at the end of August. Is that the one you're talking about? Our big one at Mohegan Sun with a really cool couple of parties and all of us there? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one.
Okay, yeah. Mega Camp, KWNE Mega Camp. Yes, we do, folks. Yes, we do. And we're so excited. We are working so hard for you guys to bring you an event like you've never been to before.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you, right? So we know COVID is real and we know it's different levels for everybody. So I want you to know that we have a heavy focus on that as we're planning this event, and we have sanitizing stations, we have seats that are spread out. We have your lanyards that have what your comfort level is. Whether it be green and you want hugs, or it's yellow and you're still, fist, what is that? That's not a fist. That's
Elbow bump.
elbow bump, or whether it's a red and, thank you, just 6 feet away. We have that. So that way you guys are comfortable coming to this event. And we promise you, here's something I want to mention because it was mentioned to me. This is not just you coming to Mohegan Sun to sit in a room and watch a broadcast.
No.
Now, some of you do that for football, right? So how many of you on here have, what are those called? Oh my gosh, Super Bowl parties. Anybody on here have Super Bowl parties? What do you typically do? You have a big screen, you watch the game, and you have parties and you high five and you have all kinds of games going on around you, right? We're doing that, but times 100. Okay, so if you think this is just an event that you're going to sit in front of a screen, please, I'm telling you, like, voice to you on virtual. This is going to be absolutely amazing. You're going to have a great time and you get to network. There are 77 of us on this call, right? How many? I want to meet you. I would love to meet you in person. Yes, you, Rich and Leah. Like, I want to meet you. Yeah.
Right. And how many of our friends here are licensed in every single New England state? How many of you are licensed in every state? This is pro tip, order your business cards now because you're going to be giving so many out. You're going to be giving all of them out. I want you to go through all your business cards. Give them out. Make your referral partners.
One where you could bump. You don't even have to
Yep. I got it.
All right. Okay. All right. We're going to get going. We're going to go right to our content now, but I'm going to tell you the event, it will sell out. So please don't miss the opportunity to come. I want to meet you. That's all.
And prices go up this week, right?
Yes.
Pricing does so.
I didn't want to mention that. But
well, get it before the pricing goes up and we run out.
All right. So we just had Julie Chin on, our guest host or guest speaker for today. We're going to go right down to this week. We have, did you know that it's towards the end of the beginning? That's how we said it, right? Towards the end of the beginning of
the end.
Beginning of the end, Q3. It's Q3, right? And we wanted to ask you a few questions. Now you could answer these in the chat, or you could just write them down and answer them to your team or to yourself. What was your GCI goal for 2021? What is GCI, Brooke?
Gross commission income.
We have all these acronyms. We just want to make sure everybody knows, right? Gross commission income. What was your gross commission income goal for 2021? What is your current GCI for 2021? What was your goal unit in what was your goal for units in 2021? What's your current? Now, why do you think we're asking these kind of questions? Are we doing it for our knowledge, so I know how many that Julie has done? No, I'm not. I'm asking because a lot of times we like, Julie said she wrote like 50 offers, probably this week. It's only Monday. She probably has done that many already, right? In the last week, let's say. Sometimes we let time get away from ourselves and we're like, oh, wait a minute, where are we in our goals? And we don't necessarily keep a track or look at the tracking. So yes, Cassie, you're absolutely right. Are you on track? So self-check this for yourself, take the ownership for yourself in your own business and ask yourself these questions. And then that last one is, what is the gap for each? What habits and conversations are you committed to having in order to bridge the gap and not fall short on your goal this year? This is all going to be sent out to you guys but answer them for you in your business. I promise you the answers to closing the gap and getting to your goals by the end of the year are in your answers right there, right on your page. All right, so Brooke, tell us a little bit about this DTD2 thing that we have on the bottom of this page.
So this is one of my favorite things to talk about. It's doing the database too, and it's part of Never Ending Referrals, which is one of the BOLD programs. What it does is it prevents you from cherry picking who you're going to call in your database. How many of you have seen a name pop up and you're like, maybe not, maybe yes, right? So when you tag your database with these tags, the A and W, the B and E, that doesn't stand for breaking and entering, what it does is everybody with the last name that starts with one of those letters are grouped by the people who have the most amount of the last name A and the most with W, right? Because there's a lot more people with one or the other. So you sort by that smart view and you say, okay, this week I'm calling everyone with the last name A and the last name W. And it really makes it so that you're not cherry picking. You could be doing things like care calls, any of the different things we've put out for you for the communication and dialogues, but it's a way to stop cherry picking and get in there and start talking to your database, right? This prevents the neighbor's yard sign going up with a competitor's sign. Right? These are the things that are going to make you hyper local and super valuable to your database. Nancy just did it this morning. So I love these. The first one is A and W, and you can remember that by a sweet success, right? So there are all these, I know all
your root beer.
I know, right? B and E, breaking and entering. No, be a master of your database, right? There's all these silly little puns to going along with these things. So the easiest thing to do is, as you start putting people in your database, create those custom tags. That way you can just sort your database by that. Okay? Bacon and eggs. I like that one much better. So that's what that is. So we'll make sure you guys have all the info in the drive on what doing the database 2 looks like and what that schedule looks like. And there's even a text letter now. So if they don't pick up the phone, you can text certain letters of the alphabet as well.
Now, I can't see everybody's faces, but I'm guessing a couple of them have snoozed for a half a second. So I just want to make sure, are you here? Give me a little hi. I want to see hi, how many people are in the chat before we go on to the next ones. Can you hear us? Is it still on?
Yeah, they glitched.
Okay.
They glitched.
Okay. All right. So sometimes D2, all right, we're good. We can keep going. Thank you guys. Thanks for playing along. All right, here we go. Here is your social media package. We have 2 social medias for you for this week. By the way, just a quick notice or mention, if you haven't used all of our content since we started this on March 1st, by the way, March 1st is when these calls have been started, right? If you haven't, you could go back and use anything that we have posted since March 1st at any time, okay? So I just want to mention that. Here are 2 for this week. We're sticking along with our real estate vocabulary. Every week we're telling our database, our data bank, our Facebook group, our Instagram, what our real estate vocabulary is. And this week's a little controversial one. Has anybody had any appraisal issues in the last, let's say, 2 weeks come up? Curious, because I'm testing. I'd like to put a little gauge on the market right now. Anybody have any appraisals come in low? No. Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting.
I'm seeing a few little heads nodding.
Yeah. All right. So guys, keep an eye on that, right? Keep an eye on that, because what could that be telling us, Brooke?
Market's going to shift.
Well, it could. And you know what? Listing numbers are doing what? Creeping up a little bit.
A little.
It still might feel like inventory is low, but if you look at the actual reports, they're increasing month over month in our area. Anyway, it could be different in yours. In our area, we are seeing the number statewide of listings are going up. These are the little red flags or little items to keep an eye on to know or feel when a shift is going to start happening. Now, when I say shift, I don't want you guys to get scared, because that does not mean 2008. And if you were in the market in 2008, every time I say the word shift, you get a little like pain in your stomach. Because I was there, it was like July 8th, 2008. It was like almost like to the day the bubble burst, right? we don't see, Gary Keller is saying, we're not going to see something like that. There are plenty of buyers out there in this market. So we're fine as long as money is cheap. And is money cheap right now, by the way? Interest rates, are they low? Yes, they're low. As long as that stays down, there's going to be enough affordability from our buyers. Keep an eye on it though. Keep an eye because that could shift slightly, kind of slowly. What is that shift law? It's suddenly, it's slowly and then suddenly. That could happen here, guys. Okay, if you're not reading shift, go back and read shift. Saying a lot of shift, and I want to make sure that you guys get the shift. Right? All right. All right, so here is your Tuesday social media, which is all about appraisals. I'm not going to read it to you because it's been on the screen for about 10 minutes as I've been talking. We're going to go right down to our this or that. Again, we're sharing all of this with you. Don't feel like you're not going to get it. You will, I promise. Thursday's social post is another this or that Thursday. You guys, we've been doing this for a while now, this or that, and they've been getting some really good content. This or that is talking about, would you rather go camping or boating? In the little chat section here, what would you like to do? Would you rather go camping or boating, or A or B? Both? Cassie, you gotta pick one. I like glamping. Glamping would be more my style as well, Maggie. Yeah. So if I had to pick between these two things, I would say glamping. Can I merge it? Can I glamp? I don't know if I can, but I'm going.
Can your camper pull a boat? Like, is that the? We can do that.
You camp and reserve a hotel room as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That I'm in for that. Okay. Duck boat camping. Never heard of that, and that sounds very interesting. Okay, we have only a few minutes left, and we have to give a prize away. Or are we doing two prizes today?
We are, because today's lucky winner gets a special treat from me as well. So it's not just Mega Camp. Are we ready? Someone today is going to win 12 months of engagement content, or I'm going to plop it into their command for them and they just have to set it and go. So you're going to get engaging content about every month of the year with your social post written, and you just have to hit the button.
Can I see some jazz hands for that? Like, wait a minute. That's like the easy button of all easy buttons. Who is that? I gotta say. Steve, thank you for your jazz hands. I appreciate that. Candy and Edward. That's the only people I could see other than Rich and Liam.
They all had them. They all had them.
Okay. All right. So guys, this is really exciting. This is your easy button for some social media stuff done by Brooke for you. Let's go. All right. And we're also giving you a free Mega Camp ticket today. Anybody excited about that? I am, because I get to meet you.
Me too.
All right. Anybody get that I'm like craving to meet you guys? Like, I really can't wait to see you live. All right. Brianna wants to win. All right. Cassie, can I roll? Wait a minute. You guys can't see my page. Can I roll?
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it.
All right. She has the numbers. I have the ball. Brooke, nothing to
Nope.
the gallery. All right, here we go. Number 370. Who is 370? Cassie.
Who is it? Kelsey?
370 is Tim McLaughlin. Are you here, Tim?
Tim is on the call.
You have to be here. Tim, are you still here?
He's here. There he is.
Hi, Tim.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you very much. I'm excited.
Congrats. So are you coming to Mega Camp anyway, or are we forcing you now?
Well, I was going to sign up, but it looks like I'm going.
All right, awesome. Congratulations. And Tim, tell us, how long have you been on our calls? Like, is this your first one, or have you been on a
This
couple?
is my very first one.
So what did you think? This
This is amazing. It's very inspirational. I loved it.
Awesome. Well, all right. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations on your
Thank
win.
you.
We hope you come back next Monday.
Oh,
I promise
absolutely.
we have fun on like these are my favorite calls ever.
Me
Not
too.
even kidding. I
Thank
just love you guys. So, all right. Cassie, anything else before we?
We're good to go. Tim will reach out to you.
Get your info.
Yeah, Tim will reach out to you with everything that you need.
All right, guys. How many are we going to see a lot of you next week? Hands up, or say yes. Come off mute. Give us some energy back.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Rich, I know you want to unmute. Do it. Unmute. Wait a minute.
Woo!
Hey, Vivian, Evelyn, come on, guys.
Yeah.
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 Whoa.
Yeah, Maggie, thank you for unmuting. Watch those Olympics. Go USA. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your Monday.
Wednesday,
Thank
Thursday,
you.
Friday.
Thank you so
Oh, Nate
much.
Dickey is on.